Introducing the latest portable projector by LUMOS, and this is the LUMOS Atom. It has a built-in battery and I've been using it for the past 2 weeks or so, I guess, and I have discovered quite a lot of things to share with you guys about it. And we'll start off by just going through the basic specs. This is a DLP projector that has a 1080p native resolution at 60Hz. In terms of projection quality, the LUMOS Atom is actually quite okay. The colors overall, they do look good. Granted, the perceived brightness could have been better because I tried to use this in my room in a secluded corner when it's bright and sunny outside. I do have a small little window in my room, but it worked out okay at maximum brightness, so nothing much to complain about, I guess. LUMOS also claimed that this projector can project up to a massive 300-inch diagonally, but that is something that we obviously cannot do because we don't have such a big space to test it. But for what we can say though, at about 100 inches, I would say it will still look okay, but make sure your room is dark enough, because when you project further away to get a bigger image, then your brightness will definitely be affected even further. Speaking of clarity, the LUMOS Atom also has a built-in autofocusing system so that we are getting the sharpest projected image possible. It manages to get the focus right sometimes, but some other times it will keep on focus seeking for a little bit longer just to make sure that it got the proper focus. And if the focus ends up not accurate, we can still press the top left button on the remote control. There's a plus and minus button to fine-tune the focusing motor. And inside the settings menu, we can also control the keystoning. All of those features are built into a small tubular body, and there is a sliding cover to protect the projection lens and autofocusing camera at the front of the unit. At the back, we have some controls and ports, and most notably, there are a total of 2 USB Type-A ports. One of them will be always taken up by the remote control because that remote control is technically a keypad that has a motion control mouse built in. We'll show you more about this later in the video. I do appreciate that there are 2 USB Type-A ports, so we can plug our USB drive into either one of those ports to watch homemade videos and whatnot. And yeah, that's just real good because they don't discriminate and both ports work the same way. However, we still have a barrel charging port on this projector, and I think it is time to upgrade to USB Type-C because you see, the power brick isn't exactly portable and you will have to bring this because you cannot replace the barrel jack with anything else. And yeah, this power brick only supplies 45 watts of max power, so USB PD can definitely take over 45 watts, or maybe even a power bank can output 45 watts of power nowadays, so it is definitely time to upgrade to USB-C. And at the top of this projector, we also have some basic controls like back menu button, Bluetooth button to change this thing into a Bluetooth speaker, we'll go through that later, a volume up and down slider, and also a giant touchpad at the middle. At the bottom part of the LUMOS Atom though is where we can find a standard tripod screw mount, and that ended up being a very useful feature to me because I can screw the Atom into a tripod with a ball head mount, and then I can point it directly upwards to the ceiling. You could try to place this LUMOS Atom onto something soft to project it to the ceiling, but that is rather difficult because since this projector is tubular in shape, it will definitely roll away. Moreover, the ports are all at the back of this projector, so if you're placing this facing downwards to project to the ceiling, then those ports are totally inaccessible. Then we also have to talk about the remote control. It's technically all of the buttons of an Android phone and combined with a few buttons that projectors need into a single unit. We have the usual D-pad, volumes up and down, and then the home, back and menu combo buttons, the aforementioned focus fine-tuning buttons, and finally a literal mode switch button. This button changes the remote control from a basic D-pad to select items into a mouse cursor. Since there is no touchpad on the remote control, the entire remote control will then become a motion controller instead. It's something like the Nintendo Wiimote. It works well, but it isn't able to quote-unquote reset or recenter the cursor, so that is why I keep on whipping the remote control all the way to a corner just to quote-unquote readjust the position. And for whatever reason, if you forget to bring the remote control like what I did today, then you can just use the aforementioned controls at the top of the projector. It acts as a decent substitute, but it's not 100% the substitute for your remote control. So why does the LUMOS Atom's remote control function this way? Well, that is mostly due to the operating system that it uses. It is actually using an Android operating system, but not the Android TV operating system. There are a few crucial benefits actually. For example, if you have a file that is larger than 4 gigs and you want to play it on the LUMOS Atom, then you will need to format that USB drive to use exFAT format. Android operating systems, they do support the exFAT USB drive, but Android TV operating system does not. But since this is using an Android operating system, that means Netflix won't be natively supported by button controls via the D-pad. And that is why we have to change into mouse cursor mode to click around in Netflix. This is actually a brilliant workaround the whole debacle, and I really wish my own projector, the Epson Epic Vision Mini EF12, have something like this. You can technically also browse the web with this projector because it has a built-in Google Chrome browser, and navigation won't be a problem because this projector has a touchpad anyway. YouTube is also pre-installed and we can directly use it to watch videos out of the box, and we've also seen this countless times before. Actually, I've tested the LUMOS Atom's battery life using YouTube the most, and I find it to be lasting about 2 hours in total while streaming videos at 1080p. So I think that's fairly decent considering the size of this projector. And since the LUMOS Atom is using Android operating system, it also has the Google Play Store. Yes, that is the exact Google Play Store that we can find on our phones, so we can install apps like VLC and whatnot. And a few more features to mention, this projector can also be used to mirror our phone's screen as well. This feature works with both Apple and Android devices, so it doesn't discriminate. This projector does have built-in speakers and they are certified to be Dolby Audio surround sound speakers as well, and they do sound decent, but yeah, you do have to keep your expectations in check because of the size of this projector. So have a listen here. You can also use the LUMOS Atom as a Bluetooth speaker. You remember the Bluetooth button at the top of this unit here? Well, that's actually to activate the Bluetooth speaker mode. I don't know why you would want to do this, but you can if you want to. Originally, the LUMOS Atom is priced at 4,999 ringgit. Currently, they're having a sale and cutting it down to only 2,999 ringgit. And I'll still have to say that the price is rather steep. Sure, it does have a lot of good features, but I do think that a square body would be better for a projector like this, because if the body is square, then putting all the ports at one side of the projector, it will be better since we can literally just put the projector facing downwards to project up to the ceiling, and we still have full access to all of the ports at the side. Nonetheless, I still like this projector's projected image, colors and quality. The size and weight is actually quite good. So maybe instead of including this as a bundle to go along with the LUMOS Atom, then maybe you should just don't get this, get a video tripod with a ball head on top so you can point it to wherever you like. That would be a lot more convenient like this. So as a quick mention, I also need to highlight that LUMOS do sell the projection screen as well, so you can just mount it on your wall or something like that. So the price of this LUMOS Wall Dual projector screen with tripod starts from 449 ringgit for the 72-inch version and 499 ringgit for the 84-inch version. And yeah, you get a video tripod with that projector screen is better than buying this, because if you buy this, then you know the whole projector will still move around just because you cannot screw it down, and then the included strap will not hold this projector down since there's just no way to hold it down. you still need to access the things at the top. The built-in speakers are also quite decent for its size, and having a built-in battery that lasts for 2 hours of 1080p YouTube streaming is actually just fantastic. So if you want to get this projector, then we will leave all of the links down in the description below and you can check it out for yourself. And I'll also leave the links of the projector screen that we've used alongside with maybe some tripod that we recommend you to get. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video.